Hey guys, Dr. Gary here again, and answering a question again, another one that's often asked to me, and it's, what do you think about functional medicine that everyone should know? And I would say there's probably four things that I think everyone should know about it and kind of shape their expectations and the realities of this. Honestly, it's not for everybody. Functional medicine is an entirely different system of looking at things, and so that's kind of part of the four things I want to go through. So I think expectation one is that, or what I feel people should know, is that it's an active form of healthcare versus a passive form of healthcare. And what I mean by that is if you go to a functional medicine practitioner, they're going to do testing, history, kind of very similar to traditional, but when it comes to actual treatment, you're going to get homework. There's going to be dietary changes, there's going to be movement changes, there's going to be potentially more involved relationships and social structure and detoxing your home. Like, there's going to be steps that you have to proactively do. Whereas a traditional model is that you go to the doctor, you get the diagnosis, here's a pill or a surgery, you just sit back and do nothing and let that treatment, that medicine, that intervention do its course. And so if you're looking for that type of healthcare that you don't want to do anything, then functional medicine is probably not for you. Now, you may not want to do something like, I've had people honest with me, they're like, I'm really not excited to start this plan, but I'm excited about what can become, like what's the future hold. And I get that. Like, I know the solution is you, and oftentimes we have to work on ourselves to get to that point of where we want to go. And it's not fun. But just so you know, functional medicine is more of an active modality versus traditional medicine, which is a more passive modality. Now, number two is that in functional medicine, we're looking at you through systems, where traditional is looking at you through symptoms. And so from the traditional side, let's say you have the symptom of high cholesterol. Well, they have an intervention like Lipitor or a statin drug that can lower that cholesterol. And when they intervene and they lower that data point, that's successful for them. What functional medicine does is steps back and asks different questions. So if you're on a cholesterol medication lowering your cholesterol, and traditional says that's successful, functional medicine says, but what else can be happening? Like, what's the unintended consequences for that? Because there's nothing you can do to one part of the body that's not going to affect the whole thing. We are not just a collection of parts. Like in functional medicine, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And so you may be coming in for a problem that you think is digestion, when in reality, we're going to be working with, say, your adrenals instead. So it's going to be more broad spectrum. It's going to kind of get you out of your comfort zone as far as like what you've known from drug commercials. Hey, if you have this symptom, take this drug. It's not going to be in that same realm. So again, it's going to be an uncomfortable, uncertain at times, but there's a system and process that goes with it. Now, number three, what people kind of know about functional medicine is that it's actually a way cheaper option than traditional medicine. Now, if you look up what the average cost for a family, like their average premium for insurance per month, I looked it up, it's $833 a month. So what that means is over a course of a year, you're spending $10,000 just to have access to insurance. Now, that doesn't mean you get anything because you have this other thing called a deductible, right? And then the average deductible for a family in the United States right now is just close to $8,000. So you have $10,000 of premium payments plus $8,000 of deductible payments to even use your insurance. So to even get a Band-Aid for your insurance to cover it, you've already had to spend $18,000. And I can assure you, functional medicine is a fraction of that. Now, why it seems more expensive is because you're probably going to be paying for it out of pocket. Where with the traditional model, you have a monthly payment going to an insurance company and you're hopefully putting away money for the deductible and those types of things. So once an event happens, those are already set in place, but you're spending astronomically more in traditional medicine than you are functional medicine. And then the last is that you're the hero. In functional medicine, it's supporting the person, where in traditional medicine, the doctor's the hero, the treatment's the hero, the insurance company's the hero. And if you have all three of those in a line, then you must be good to go, right? Well, the 86% of chronic illness isn't because they lack a good doctor, lack insurance, or lack medicine access. It's because they're not putting you as the hero, supporting you, and just being the guide in that process. So those are 4 things I wish everyone knew about functional medicine before stepping foot into a functional medicine practice. And there's probably plenty more, but just remember, it's an active therapy. It's actually going to cost you astronomically less. We're focusing on systems, and we want to make sure you're the hero. I'm Dr. Kurt. Thanks for listening.